In the murky depths of the Blackwater Swamp, where the trees twisted into grotesque shapes and the fog never lifted, there lived a witch named Morwenna. Her hair was as dark as the waters she dwelled by, and her eyes glowed with an eerie green light. She was feared by the nearby villagers who whispered tales of her dark magic and the strange creatures that served her. Morwenna had not always been a recluse in the swamp. Long ago, she was a healer and a wise woman respected for her knowledge of herbs and potions. But a fateful night changed everything. A plague had come to the village, and Morwenna had worked tirelessly to save the sick. When the daughter of a powerful nobleman succumbed to the illness, despite Morwenna's best efforts, she was blamed for the tragedy. Accused of witchcraft and dark sorcery, Morwenna fled into the Blackwater Swamp to escape the wrath of the villagers. There, she embraced the powers that nature granted her, delving into ancient spells and rituals that the swamp whispered to her. She became a guardian of that murky realm, striking bargains with the spirits that lurked in the shadows. One misty evening, as Morwenna brewed a potion from the rare swamp herbs, a soft knock came at her door. Cautiously, she opened it to find a young girl, no more than 16, with tear-streaked cheeks and a look of desperation. "Please," the girl implored, "they said you could help me. My brother, he's been taken by the fever and none of the village healers can cure him. I know they say terrible things about you, but I also know you were once a healer. Please, will you help us?" Morwenna's heart, thought to be as cold as the swamp itself, felt a pang of sympathy for the girl. She remembered the times when she freely offered her aid and how it felt to heal, not harm. "Child," Morwenna said, her voice soft but firm, "the path you tread is dangerous. To seek my help is to risk much. But come inside. Tell me of your brother." As the girl recounted her brother's plight, Morwenna listened intently, her mind racing with possibilities. She knew that to help the boy, she would have to venture into the heart of the swamp, to a place where a rare flower bloomed under the light of the full moon, a flower with the power to break fevers and cure ailments no common medicine could touch. "I will help you," Morwenna declared, "but in return, you must do something for me. You must bring me a lock of hair from the silver wolf that roams the eastern woods. Only with this can I complete the potion." The girl agreed, her determination fueled by love for her brother. Morwenna gave her a charm for protection and sent her on her way. The witch journeyed deep into the swamp, her way lit by the ghostly lanterns of the will-o'-the-wisps. She reached the glade where the flower grew just as the moon reached its zenith. As she plucked the bloom, the swamp erupted with the cries of the spirits. "Morwenna," they hissed, "why do you aid the child of those who spurned you?" "Because," Morwenna replied, "healing is my true nature, and I will not let hatred change who I am." Meanwhile, the girl, braving the eastern woods, found the silver wolf. Remembering the kindness Morwenna had shown her, she approached the beast not with fear, but with respect. The wolf, sensing her pure intent, allowed her to take a lock of its shimmering fur. When the girl returned, Morwenna was ready. She brewed the potion with the flower and the wolf's hair, and as dawn broke, the concoction was complete. The girl hurried back to the village, the vial clutched tightly in her hands. The potion worked miracles. The fever broke, and the boy recovered swiftly. The villagers were astonished, and whispers began to spread of Morwenna's true nature, of the girl's bravery, and the wolf's gift. As the seasons turned, more came seeking Morwenna's help, and slowly, the fear that had shrouded her name began to lift. She remained in the swamp, a keeper of its secrets and a healer to those in need, but the villagers no longer spoke of her with dread. Instead, they told stories of the witch who was one with the swamp, a mysterious but benevolent force. As the seasons cycled, Morwenna's legend grew, and the Blackwater Swamp became a place of mystique rather than fear. The witch, once shunned, had become a beacon of hope for those in desperate need, and her healing arts were sought after by many. But with this newfound respect came the attention of darker forces that had been watching Morwenna's rise from the shadows. Deep within the swamp, there dwelled an ancient entity, known only as the Bog King. He was a creature of the old world, a remnant of a time when magic ran wild and unchecked. The Bog King had observed Morwenna's dealings with the villagers and her defiance in healing the boy. He saw in her a strength that he had not encountered in centuries, a challenge to his dominion over the swamp. One fateful night, under a new moon's cover, the Bog King summoned Morwenna to his court deep in the heart of the swamp where no mortal dared to tread. The water there was black as pitch, and the trees writhed like serpents, their branches clawing at the sky. "Morwenna," the Bog King's voice boomed, echoing across the still waters, "you have upset the balance. Your light encroaches upon my realm. Why should I not snuff it out?" Morwenna stood before the Bog King, her resolve as firm as the ancient cypress trees surrounding them. "Your realm is of the swamp," she replied, "but my duty is to life itself. I heal not to challenge you, but to fulfill my purpose. The balance you speak of is not for you alone to dictate." The Bog King sneered, revealing rows of sharp, moss-covered teeth. "Bold words for a mortal. But if it is balance you seek, then a test you shall have. Prove your worth, witch of the Blackwater, or become a part of my domain forever. The Bog King set forth a challenge. Morwenna was to enter the labyrinth of echoes, a maze of illusions and memories that twisted reality. If she could reach its center and retrieve the heart of the swamp, a gem that held the essence of the swamp's life force, she would be acknowledged as its protector. But should she fail, she would be bound to the Bog King's will. Morwenna accepted the challenge, for she knew that her connection to the swamp and its creatures was true. She stepped into the labyrinth and the world shifted around her. Memories of her past, both joyful and painful, played before her eyes like specters. She saw the faces of those she had healed and those she could not save. But Morwenna's spirit was undeterred. She navigated the twisting passages, her heart guiding her when her eyes could not. She whispered to the spirits of the swamp, asking for their aid, and they responded, leading her through the maze with whispers of wind and ripples of water. Finally, she reached the heart of the labyrinth, where the heart of the swamp pulsed with a verdant light. As she took the gem in her hands, the labyrinth crumbled, and she stood once again before the Bog King. "You have proven your worth, Morwenna," the Bog King growled, his voice a mix of anger and respect. "You are the swamp's protector. But heed this, the balance you cherish is delicate. Should it tip too far, I will return." Morwenna nodded, understanding the weight of her responsibility. "I will honor the balance as I have always done," she said. "The swamp is part of me as I am of it." With the heart of the swamp's power, Morwenna's abilities grew. She could feel the life of the swamp coursing through her, its secrets whispering to her soul. She continued her work, healing those in need, but now she was also the guardian of the swamp's magic, a bridge between the mortal world and the ancient forces of nature. Years passed, and the tales of Morwenna and the Blackwater Swamp became legend. Travelers from distant lands came seeking her wisdom, and the villagers who once feared her now celebrated her as their protector. The Witch of the Swamp had become a symbol of the enduring harmony between humankind and the wild, mysterious world they shared. And so, the story of Morwenna, the Swamp Witch, weaves on, a tapestry of magic, courage, and the eternal dance of light and dark. Her legacy is etched into the very roots of the Blackwater Swamp, a testament to the power of one who stands firm in the face of the unknown.